What is up, A team? Welcome back. Awesome here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day, or not, depending on where you're at, but hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about some crypto, to talk more about the markets. Tomorrow, big day for crypto, big day for the stock market. I think a lot of us are, wondering whether we're going to have rate cuts or not, based off everything that's actually coming through here, based off everything we've seen. We could probably predict that the rate cuts are probably not going to come tomorrow. As much as I was actually excited for rate cuts to come, I'm just not feeling it based off of everything that we're seeing here with the news, everything that we're seeing here, just with the indicators and everything like that. The markets are kind of flat today, obviously down, but they are flat, meaning that they're not really like going up or down too much. I mean, Bitcoin came back down to 93,000. That's hovering right now around the 93,000, or back into the 94 right now, actually, at the time of this filming. So back into the 94, XRP sitting around the 211 marker. I think we're in a good spot still. I don't really think that we need a rate cut for the markets to, or for even Bitcoin to do well. So it's just one of those things that we want to see the rates come down. We want to see that kind of stuff happen in the markets overall, but it is what it is. So with all that, hope everyone's having a fantastic day. We got a lot of people here already. We got Cool Cat. What's up, man? Scott Sterling, Pinocchio, XRP Bandit. Good to see you, dude. Z Goals in the house here. Cool Cat. Cool Cat. Good to see you, Tim Shea. We got the Mayor of Crypto in the house here. What's up, buddy? We got Big Watch, dude. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Got everyone in here. We got Kenny G, Richard. Good to see you guys. Pipeline. What's up, man? What's up, Ian? If I missed some of you, I'm sorry. Marty, what's up? What's up? Let's see. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. That's a success. What's going on, Dad? What's up, Dad? Good to see you, dude. Chipper's in the house. We got Sir Jamie. All right. If I missed some of you, like I said, I'm sorry, dude. I'm scrolling fast. So Anthony Hawkins in the house. What's up, Anthony? Long time no see, dude. William, what's up, bud? We got JRT Productions. Ripperino. What is up? Well, let's jump into it. We got a lot of things to cover today, actually. Just with the markets in general, as you guys can see, the markets are hovering right around this 292 marker. Again, we were at 3 trillion just literally 7 days ago. We're sitting over a 3 trillion market cap, now back down to 292. 2.92, 40.41% decrease. Really not that bad. Like I said, Bitcoin, XRP, those are kind of just hovering right now. Nothing too up or down. I mean, 0.67% in the last 7 days. That's pretty damn flat. XRP, down 7.84 in the last 7 days, but over the last couple of days, it's definitely been flat, sitting around the 211 marker. Our numbers are 215 to 210. I think this did dip down to 208. So again, a good price if you wanted to jump in on a nice little swing trade there. Again, up to you. H-bar coming back down to the 17 marker. This is coming down pretty hot, 9% down right now. So there is an opportunity for a nice little swing trade coming in here with Hedera based off tomorrow. People are actually thinking that tomorrow the rates are actually going to do, if we don't have a rate cut, we actually could see a nice little uptick in the market. So that is kind of what's being discussed out there. There is a lot of, obviously the 3-year bond came out today. You're starting to see that the feds are purchasing this. There's a lot of speculation about what that means. Pretty crazy when you start to look at what they're trying to do to make it to where we don't have to lower interest rates. But the Fed market, or the markets in general, are not looking too hot today. You can see right now we're down 335 points for the Dow, 34 for the S&P 500, and 125 for the NASDAQ. Again, everyone's kind of waiting for the Fed's decision here. And it doesn't really help right here. You got this guy right here, Paul Tudor Jones. I don't know if you guys know, but I mean, he's obviously, talking about even if we were to cut rates, and even if we were to go into a deal with China, he still sees the stock market hitting new lows. I mean, I guess that's a pretty bold prediction. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but a lot of indicators are not saying that we're going to be doing that. But you have people out here that are obviously speaking it. I mean, and eventually maybe it will, right? In 2 years, he can come back to his interview and say, yeah, I told you guys it was going to hit new lows, but that was 2 years ago. But we'll see. Again, everyone has their own ideas of where things are going right here. But it says wobbling economy will push the Feds to cut rates interest later this year. So people are saying later this year. You can see right now only 26% say the Feds will hold rates when faced with stagflation dilemma. It said the odds of a recession the next year rose to 53%, up 22% since January of this year. And overall, it says the employment, 65% say the central bank will cut rates at some point. So you can see that there's a lot of what ifs. I mean, we're actually kind of right in the middle, to be honest with you. There's not any swaying one way or the other. It's pretty much saying that, yeah, we're going to have rate cuts at some point. We just don't know exactly when that's going to be. And again, these odds are coming up here. Keep rates the same. And this is right now where we're at. I mean, March, is a 56%, current 26%. You say rate cuts right now, there's actually saying a 65% chance that there's a rate cut coming up. So it'll be very interesting tomorrow, man. I don't know what the pressure for Donald Trump, what the pressure is from, the White House, all that kind of stuff. I don't know what that pressure is like for Jerome Powell, if he even feels that pressure. I mean, I bet you there is some kind of pressure. There's probably some discussions because I think the people want the rate cuts to happen. But is the rate cuts actually good for the stock market? And the answer, no, they're not really that great for the stock market. We want the markets do well with low rates. They just, when we go through the process of cutting rates, the markets are going to have hiccups with it. We've seen that over and over and over again. But what's crazy about this is you can see right here, obviously Treasury Secretary Bassett says the central banking digital. This is the putting an end. We're putting an end to the CBDC. This pretty much puts an end to the CBDC, I think. And we already known this, but it's nice to sort of see that. So that was good news coming in here today. Well, one thing I wanted to point out here was right here. This is where it's actually getting really interesting. So the Feds just purchased. So you can see right here that they actually put out these 3-year bonds, the Feds did, and they purchased $20 billion. Basically what they're doing is they're injecting liquidity into the market to avoid rate cuts. And so people are saying this is actually really, really bullish, that we're having the Feds come in here and buy $20 billion worth of the bonds. And again, this makes sure that we don't have to lower rates. But, I think a lot of us want rates to be lowered. I'd rather them spend the money or not buy this and go lower rates so that I can refinance and do things on my end. And maybe I'm selfish for that, but that's just me personally. I'm soaked cleaning pools in a rainstorm. Damn, bro, really? Hey, Austin, it's Taco Tuesday. What's on the menu today besides margaritas? Dude, today, what are we having today? I don't know. I think I'm going to have some steak and potatoes today. That sounds good, dude. That's what I'm going for. Alcatraz might be opening up for business. I saw that come through this weekend. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. What's up, Billion? Right? Good to see you, bud. Yeah, that's Chuck Norris. You and the Chuck Norris jokes, dude, are crazy. Oh man, that's funny stuff right there. No, we all want lower rates. Yeah, I mean, I personally want lower rates. We got Seiko Hunt in the house here. What's up, Seiko Hunt? Why can't I see Seiko Hunt? Where is Seiko Hunt's comment, dude? I see everyone saying, what's up, Seiko Hunt? But I can't even see his comment. Somewhere, yeah. Why did Bitcoin go to therapy? Had block issue. You guys are crazy, bro. Tesla's tanking. I don't know if Tesla's tanking, dude. I mean, it's not down that bad. Can Dave come out and play? Yeah, we need more Dave, right? More Dave. This is actually Super Bowl. I mean, again, take it for what you want. Again, when it comes to CZ out here, obviously CZ himself coming out and talking about Bitcoin here on one of the podcasts. This is actually pretty interesting to see that he says that he believes that Bitcoin could top between 500,000 and 1 million this cycle, dude. That's pretty crazy to say, right? I mean, say what you want about it, but I mean, for CZ to come out here and say that he believes that Bitcoin could hit between 500,000 and 1 million, I mean, that's technically a 5x to a 10x from where Bitcoin's at. The question that I have for you guys is, do you think that Bitcoin that Bitcoin can hit 500,000 and or 1 million this cycle? That's what I want to know. I don't know if you guys can. I said, what's up, Seiko, on accident, and it started a chain. Really? Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't see Seiko. I saw Seiko, and I'm like, what's up, Seiko? I didn't even see Seiko in here, dude. That's funny. You guys are wild, dude. That's actually pretty funny. I haven't seen Seiko in a minute, dude. I got to hit him up. I haven't seen him in a minute. Where's he at? Where's Seiko? Hey, Austin, what's up, Tony Punch? Hope you're and the family are doing well. Yeah, we're doing well, man. Hope you are too, dude. So yeah, I think that Bitcoin, I'm going to stick to my original prediction of where I think Bitcoin's going to go. And we can go back and actually look at my charting of where I put Bitcoin. It's funny you brought the Tesla. I was looking at Tesla just a little bit ago for their pricing here. But I think we can hit the 250 marker for sure. 500,000. I mean, the numbers make sense at the 250 mark. So for $250,000 in terms of Bitcoin, like the numbers math up to me, right? When you take the numbers and you start putting them together, the 250,000 Bitcoin makes sense because we can go back and like project it off of other numbers and make predictions off of that. 500,000 to even 1 million. I mean, that's pretty bold, pretty bold statement. But I'm saying he's saying this cycle, like we're talking in the next 12 months. I mean, there's a small chance we get rate cuts tomorrow. It's like 2% chance we get rate cuts tomorrow, dude. I think there's a 98% chance we will not get a rate cut tomorrow. I think rates will stay the same. So, again, I don't know exactly if that's going to be positive or negative for the market. It's kind of hard to say how the market's going to react to it. I mean, as long as we, I think as long as we stay where we're at or lower, we're probably good. So, I mean, but I think there's a 98% chance that we won't. And on top of that, like I was just showing you, the Fed's coming out here and purchasing up these 3-year bonds can really just, it shows that they're injecting liquidity into the market, into the bond side. And this is really trying to avoid rate cuts. So this is across the whole internet here. Everyone's talking about this, of what the Feds did here. So, I mean, for them to go out here and purchase that much is pretty crazy. 20 billion dollars worth of bonds versus doing a rate cut. So that's kind of their way of skipping the rate cuts. When does the cycle end? It's hard to tell. They're saying, I mean, there's a lot of people out there saying that the cycle probably ends in 2026, Q1 or Q2 of 2026, but it is hard to tell. I think there's just been a lot of uncertainty for sure, with the tariff discussion, even with Trump coming in as president. I think there's just been a lot of mix up in the markets, and it's been so volatile that it's really hard to gauge. It really is. I mean, probably for a good like 2-3 months there, the markets were really easy to predict. I mean, we were day trading, we were doing a bunch of things, going up and down, basically hitting all of our numbers. And then Trump came into office, and the markets have been so hard to gauge. Probably one of the hardest markets. Yeah, I'd say it's probably been one of the hardest more of the bullish markets to actually gauge. You can see the liquidation events that have happened. I mean, people are getting liquidated. I mean, we're having record liquidations, and the market will bounce back like no big deal. And then there'll be massive liquidations again. So it's just really hard. But that's why I think it's just accumulate as much as you can. And I think we're in the right time. We're actually in a perfect time for some people to accumulate as much as possible before the next rally. And when the next rally comes, everyone's going to be happy. Everyone's going to be feeling a lot better. People are going to not have so much, crypto and trading fatigue. Markets, everyone will be happy. That's kind of how it is. It's kind of like how November and December and January was. And then we've kind of hit this lull, which again, this is a very normal, this is very normal. We had it last cycle. We're having it this cycle. Same psychology into both of them. You can see it with, just YouTube in general. You can see it with numbers. I mean, people viewing lives and people that are watching YouTube streams and or watching videos. People got fatigue, man. They got fatigue of hearing the same thing over and over again. They got fatigue of hearing content creators going out here and talking about it. And that's why viewership's down, because the markets are down. But when the markets bounce back, usually viewership goes up. So you could really tell, honestly, if you want to know what the markets are like, just go watch your YouTubers. You know what I mean? You'll see that their numbers are down, just because of the viewership, because people got that fatigue. So that's kind of where it's at, man. Honestly. And I don't blame them, man. We all get fatigued from the markets, and this market, like I said, is super hard to gauge, super hard to gauge. Like without question, probably one of the hardest markets to gauge in quite some time. So, buy low and never sell. Yeah, buy low, never sell. That'd be good. That'd be good. Buy low, never sell. I like that. So we saw this right here. This is actually pretty cool to see. So BNB doesn't get much love. I got to say, BNB used to be one of my babies. I'm going to be honest with you. BNB used to be my third largest bag for a long, long time. And BNB then sort of fell off the map. The whole CZ thing, everything kind of went down. I sold my BNB stakes, all that kind of stuff. But BNB is making a comeback here. And I'm telling you guys right now, do not sleep on BNB. I mean, BNB is one of the best cryptocurrencies out there right now. You can like it or not. You can maybe not like CZ, not like Binance, whatever you want to say. But I will tell you this. BNB has been proven to do pretty well. And as you guys know, I don't talk about BNB a whole lot here on the channel, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I mean, it's sitting here around $597, so about $600. I mean, this is actually not that bad of a projection. I mean, we're talking almost a 5x here by 2028. So again, I know that doesn't seem sexy. 2028 is pretty far away. I mean, we're talking almost 4 years away. So for it to sit around 2,775, some people are like, well, that's not that big of a return in this time frame. But when you actually really start to look at that, like 500% in a 4-year span, so 100% gains is pretty damn good for any investment you have. As you guys know, the average investment that you get from the stock market is a 10% less than that, 8% return on an annual basis on the stock market, on average, 8%. So if you're making 100% return on BNB, you're making well above the average of what you make just in the normal stock market. So I think BNB is always going to be one of those things to see, but it was nice to see Standard Chart come out and actually make a prediction like this. kind of caught me off guard to see that they made a prediction on BNB like this. And so again, it's just the Binance, it's the blockchain for the Binance side of it, and I do think that they're going to continue to grow. And people actually really do like the BNB side of it. I actually love the BNB side. As soon as I figured out how to trade BNB years ago, I was on that platform constantly, dude. So yeah, love that one. We saw this. This is really cool to see right here. So again, even with gold being where it's at right now, even with gold going crazy, which gold is going crazy right now, it says Bitcoin outperformed both gold and the S&P 500 last month. So even with all that, Bitcoin still outperformed gold. That's pretty wild to think. Even with gold hitting where it's supposed to, where it is right now. I mean, and we see gold all-time highs. Bitcoin still outperformed it, even with the not that great of a month. I mean, it did okay. Bitcoin did okay, but it wasn't like the greatest month for Bitcoin, and it still outperformed it. Performed both of them, not just one, both. So realize that I think Bitcoin still is extremely powerful. And if you do not hold Bitcoin, what the hell are you doing? Like, I'm being honest with you guys. Like, you need to, if you're in crypto, you need to have some kind of Bitcoin in your portfolio. Like, and it should probably be a bigger portion of your portfolio than I think most people realize, because Bitcoin is kind of you're going to have everyone that's going to be buying. I mean, everyone's buying Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You can go have your favorite crypto, like, oh, well, I like Pepe, or I like Sui, or I like these, but you got to realize, like, not everyone's buying Bitcoin, or not everyone's buying those. Everyone's buying Bitcoin. BNB might have been the first central exchange I used. Really, Pipeline? Binance is legit, dude. I love Binance.us. I tell you guys all the time, dude. I wish Binance.us was still back here in Washington, dude, because it was my number one platform even before Coinbase. Like, I used Coinbase, and then I found Binance.us. That was the first time I really started leverage trading and doing a lot of day trading on Binance, because they made it super easy, and it was just the fees are super cheap. People forget we're paying 10 cents or less. I made paying 25 cents for BNB. Yeah, dude. BNB used to be so cheap. Dude. You know, under $100. I wish XRP was at $100. It very well could, dude. We got Seiko. There you are, buddy. Seiko Hunt coming in hot with the 10 gifted memberships. Seiko, good to see you, buddy. We were just talking about you. Your ears are burning, bro. So I appreciate you, man, for gifting 10 memberships to the A-Team. And if Seiko gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Seiko. And make sure you guys join that Discord, and welcome to the A-Team, those 10 new members. Seiko being late. Most people miss the train buying BTC. I see. I don't think so, dude. I still think Bitcoin can do very well, especially if you're looking at stuff like this. I mean, if you believe that Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million, then then you didn't miss the boat. And I believe that Bitcoin at some point, somewhere down the road, will hit $1 million. So it will 10x from where it's at right now. It will be actually over a 10x. It'll be well over where I bought it from a 10x standpoint. So I mean, I need to hit 200,000 for Bitcoin to be at a 10x, which I never thought would be possible. I'll be honest with you guys. When I bought Bitcoin at $23,000 and accumulated around that price, I never thought that Bitcoin would hit $200,000, that I'd get a 10x out of Bitcoin. Now I know for a fact I'm gonna get a 10x out of Bitcoin. So I'm kind of pumped for that, dude. Like, I can't wait for that day to actually happen. I DCA Bitcoin automatically every day, $20 every day. Yeah, dude, that's freaking awesome. $20 a day. That's badass, dude. Benny, what's up, man? XRP's on $100, like buying BB at 210 right now. It very well could be, man. And that goes back to the whole Circle, them purchasing Circle. You know how big of a deal that would be if they purchase Circle? I know I said like the Circle turning that down, because obviously Circle's evaluation for their IPO was $5 billion. And then you have Ripple coming out here saying, hey, I'll buy you guys for $5 billion. And I just don't see them buying it for $20 billion, because Circle's not making that much money. So you got to realize Circle this last year only made $175 million. So they're evaluating themselves at $5 billion. But last year they only made $174 million. And I say only, that's still a shit ton of money, don't get me wrong. But it's just not as much as people actually realize. So they made $174 million. And the reason why is because they give a lot more of their fees to Coinbase and to Binance. And so a lot of these exchanges are making the money, not necessarily Circle themselves. And so as much as the stablecoin, like as much as USDC is ranked number 7 and it's the second largest stablecoin in the world, just realize they're making a shit ton of money, but they're not making $5 million worth. I mean, it would take Ripple, or yeah, it would take Ripple roughly. It would take at this rate at a 175 million. It would take them well over like 20 years to get back the value of that. But that's in terms of dollars. What Ripple could actually do with USDC is another thing, and how much that would actually increase XRP's price would be nuts, dude. Like if you didn't hold XRP and this acquisition went through, you were well behind the eight ball. Like XRP would probably double, if not triple in price, if the purchase of Circle actually came through. Just imagine how much pull they would have if they had that stable coin on their side. It would be nuts, dude. And XRP would be the facilitator of that, and would be the moving of that money across chains. Dude, it would. XRP's value would skyrocket, dude. Like it would be nuts. It would be nuts. My girl Pelosi had a yeah. You were with your girl Pelosi. All right, bro. I see. What kind of bugs should we be looking for, Austin, or wait till Fed meeting tomorrow? Yeah, I don't think there's anything to really look at. I mean, I don't think they're going to lower rates, dude. And like I said, a big reason why is they're out here buying bonds, bro. They're out here buying 20 billion to basically avoid the rate cuts. They're injecting liquidity to avoid rate cuts. That's what it comes down to. And hey man, like I'm okay with that. I think it's positive no matter how you look at it. That's positive no matter how you look at it. So yeah, I thought this was interesting. Michael Saylor saying that AI will eventually buy Bitcoin. AI is already buying Bitcoin, dude. Everything in the markets right now it's being purchased on. It's all AI. It's not humans behind the scene purchasing and buying all these things. It's just a bunch of systems together that are buying and selling. That's why we have this market volatility. You have algorithms out here. You have machine learning out here. Things are already buying these things up and down, right? When it's hit certain numbers, it's buying. When it hits a certain number, they're selling, vice versa. And so that's kind of where we're at already. So I think that statement, I'm like, I think they're already buying. You see Bitcoin commercial yesterday during the NBA playoffs? I did not see it, dude. Was there a good Bitcoin? I watched the end of the Nuggets and OKC game. Wild game, dude. Wild game. That's what you live for. That's what you live to watch sports for. Was that end of that game right there? What do you call a Bitcoin that's feeling sad? You guys are funny, dude. The public conditioning has begun. 100%. 20 billion is a lot. 20 billion is a lot, dude. 5 billion is a lot. But to say 20 billion is a lot of money, dude. 20 billion is a lot of money, bro. You see becoming ROC integration on the front and back end would be free. Dude, VIP money talk, it would be nuts. Ripple will make money from all the money in the couple of years. Yeah, they'll make money. I'm not saying that they won't, but I'm just saying the evaluation. I'm surprised the Circle actually turned them down. I think Ripple has a lot more. The Ripple is liquid, right? They have a lot of money. Ripple has a lot of money floating around, dude, and I think they're going to be able to take advantage of that in this space for sure. If they don't cut rates, Trump will be going. Yeah, Trump will probably be pissed for sure. He wants rate cuts, dude. The reason why you want rate cuts is because you want people buying the economy. Yeah, think. So the tariff discussions came in, all this kind of stuff. What you want with the lowering of interest rates is people to go actually buy new things, right? Buy new house, be able to afford a new car, all that kind of stuff. Like you want that kind of stuff. You want people to go spend on their credit cards. Like that's kind of like how the economy moves. And so I think that if we lower rates, you're going to have people are going to feel that the economy is in a good spot. So, well, it's big. Bitcoin dominance is still looking pretty damn good, bro. We can go look at Bitcoin dominance here. Oops, let's do it right here. Look at this, dude. Bitcoin dominance is still killing it right now, dude. 65. I mean, we haven't had this high of it since back over. Geez, dude. Let me lower this real quick. Last time we were this high with Bitcoin dominance was back on. Let me see just a sec. Hold on. Was back on. Let's go back. Was back on January 1st of January 21st of 2021. We were at this height of dominance. Look at that, dude. That's insane, dude. That's an insane dominance chart right there, bro. That's crazy to me. Like I'm kind of blown away by that, actually. Let me get your comment out of the way here. Look at that, dude. That's pretty wild. You got to buy some ZBAC. Everyone's telling me to buy the ZBAC thing. Companies will need Ripple. Yeah, the XRP, it makes a better argument for XRP case for sure. No, it's let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. That's how it goes. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk. That's how the song goes, bro. VIP Money Talk, 15 to 25 alt season in 3.5 days is possibly a sign. You think alt season in 3.5 days? Damn. Wow. Andrew V. Yeah, you got that salt and pepper. What's up? What's up, bud? Did you still DCA into BTC or just X? Um, I actually have not bought any Bitcoin since I bought it back in 2022. So I made a big purchase of Bitcoin and I just sat there with that. I've DCA'd my way into XRP over the like. I mean, I bought at 31 and then I think I've averaged, like I said, I think my average is like we were buying it at like 33 or 34. I think it was my 34 cents is my average for XRP. H bar sitting around like 7 cents. But then I bought some swing trades and bought some pretty big swing trades that I've held on to. So yeah, I guess I have DC'd into H bar. Yeah. No, the alt season meter at the 3.5 days ago. Oh, now it's around 20. Oh, I get what you're saying now. Sorry, I read that totally wrong. VIP Money Talk. I gotta know. What's up? What's up, Derek Speed? Good to see you, man. Nah, you didn't miss anything. We're just sitting here BSing like always. So here's a really good thing right here. The S&P 500. So this the S&P 500 posted 20.9 billion in net inflows last month, the most in its 15-year history, which is, again, this is kind of crazy. This more than triples the 6.4 billion see to March. Look at the net inflow on these ETFs, dude. This is a massive amount of absorption. So you can see right here, it hit 18 billion in April, its highest. So you can see the amount of these ETFs, what these ETFs actually mean for crypto, what that means for the markets. And so when you go back and you look at these things, these are it says FOMO is resurfacing. Absolutely, dude. ETFs are a big deal. And anyone that gets ETFs are going to be any crypto out there that gets an ETF is going to explode. Lost your concentration on my singing. Let's see, May 8th, I think for real though. May 8th, all right. No, they're not odds with H bar at all. They're completely different. I don't think they're even doing the same thing. I think H bar is just trying to help Swift. Yeah, I think so. Swift and XRP are like competitors. That's how I view it. So this is just my personal opinion. XRP and Swift are competitors, and I think H bar is just helping facilitate Swift with their payment, right? So I mean, I guess I don't know if you'd say they're at odds. They're just doing something completely different. Auto pops up super cycle, Austin. I mean, there very well could still be a super cycle, dude. I'm not gonna discount it. I'm not gonna discount it at all, dude. So yeah, this is really good signs right here. I think just to give everyone a heads up here. This actually, I'm glad that they put this out here. So Coinbase has suspended Ethereum withdrawals this date. So as you guys know, there's gonna be a major update tomorrow. So around 3:05 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you're going to see an update on the Ethereum network, which is actually going to be good. So, it says Coinbase stated to ensure user safety, it will temporarily pause Ethereum from 2:50 a.m. to 3:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just giving you guys a heads up, if you try to take your Ethereum or withdraw your Ethereum, it'll probably be declined. So the network will be down. But this is actually pretty good. To sort of see that they're coming out with an announcement on this. I just want to give everyone a heads up on that, because not that I'll be up at 2:30 a.m. trying to offload Ethereum, but you could be on the East Coast at 6 a.m. trying to offload it. So let's see, XRP to the moon or something in the middle of June or July. Hate waiting. Yeah, I think a lot of people hate waiting, dude. Everyone gets into crypto to get rich overnight. It's very common, dude. That whole crypto bro thing where everyone's like, come over here, we'll get you rich, you'll and that, hey, that very well could happen. You could get into that right project where that could happen. But a lot of people get into crypto in anticipation that they're going to get rich overnight. I mean, that's just very simple. They want to see those 100x swings in a week. They want to see, they want that crazy feeling of a project going nuts, right? And unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't happen. And we saw that. We felt it all in November, December, and into January, dude. That was such a great feeling, right? So we all chasing that again. A lot of people here are chasing that feeling again. It's a great feeling when you wake up and your portfolio is up, 100, 3, 4, 5, 600%. That project is ZBAC. Yeah, you guys are all over the ZBAC thing. The ETF delay is just another way for the big shakeout. Yeah, what they say till July, or sorry, till June. I think June is when they're gonna reestablish the discussions with an ETF. So that's huge, right? Literal lottery moment. Yeah, it kind of feels like that, DP. You know what I mean? When you have the markets like that, when they start to really rally. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance is not. That's a pretty good, crazy looking chart right there for Bitcoin dominance. Oof. But look at this. XRP is already making a little bit of a comeback here, just on the day chart. So as I guys told you, the RSI was going to work its way down. We were already up here back when we were talking about this. Had to have been last Wednesday, dude. We were saying there was definitely going to be working its way back down, and it has worked its way back down over the last week. So here we are. Hopefully we hit a bottom here, and we stay. And it didn't really go down that much in all reality. I mean, we're down, I would say 9%. Yeah, 9%. It's really not that bad. 10%, dude. That's not that bad, dude. This is a perfect swing trade to come back in on, right? To get that 10% back if you can. But the weekly, go to the weekly chart. Weekly still looking really good for XRP. We're still starting to build up here, trying to get to this 20. I think once we get to this 20 marker, we have a nice chance of rebuilding back up over here. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. We came up, hit a new high. We're going to create a lower, a higher low, and hopefully we build up again. So continue to build up that. So 2 weeks in the red. Bitcoin's actually looking pretty good. 3 weeks, going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in the green right now. So yeah, Bitcoin's looking good, dude. And it's definitely going to hit some. Look at this, dude. The resistance up here at this 95 is pretty high, right? Right here, this 97 marker. You can see we've hit a lot of resistance up here. So we get through the 97 marker, we're hitting 100,000 easily, dude. We're hitting 100,000, which is right here pretty easily. So we get through this resistance up here at this 97 marker, we're going to be sitting pretty good. So we obviously got rejected, but Bitcoin's looking pretty nice. The weekly is looking really good. We're going to get up here and hopefully stay up here for a couple weeks. Maybe get above this 80% marker. Anytime we get above the 80% marker, we actually do really well. So again, look at this. We don't ever really, I guess you're right here. We got rejected way over here. We could probably go back and look. Came up, came down, came up, came down. We're kind of in a weird area there, but anytime we stay above here, we actually do pretty well. So I don't know. I'm looking at this as this is very positive sign for me personally. I think we're in a really good spot for crypto. So the time for me is buying right now, right? This is the DCA moment for me. Austin, are you from Puerto Rico? Do I look Puerto Rican? I wish I was from Puerto Rico. It's nice down there, bro. Thanks for the new membership. Everything all lines up with the soft and hard deadlines from the feds. Yeah. They're playing with the XRP, watch the ball, ping pong. Let me sell my machinery. I'm on unemployment this week. Everything's getting slow work-wise. Oh, really? Dang. Hey, man, get that money. You work hard for that unemployment money. Make sure you get it. Yeah, it's a good spot. Very well could. Gabriel, Shiba Inu is still, it's still a top tier meme coin, bro. Again, I think meme coins are still going to do well. Those top tier meme coins are going to do well. Trump's going to probably do well when the market hits. You definitely look Puerto Rican as a Puerto Rican myself. I'd know. You guys are killing me. That's funny. I love it, dude. Authentic. That was awesome. That was funny. Why was that so funny to me, dude? Why was that so funny to me? Oh yeah, dude, the Die Hard. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny, dude. Dude, you would be. Oh shit, that was so funny. That was great, dude. I love you guys. Oh, that was so funny. That made my day. Dude would be the whitest Puerto Rican in history. Sand dollar? Oh man. Oh, that's funny, dude. How long are you gonna grow your beard? I don't know. I'm gonna get a beard trim today, dude. If Austin's Puerto Rican, I'm an alien. Oh, that's funny. That was good. That was good. I like that. You should go on 23andMe. No way, dude. No way. I'm not giving them my DNA. Oh, that was good. That was good, man. That was actually really funny. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so overall, this is a really good, I think this is a really good time to buy. Everything's working its way up. The best Bitcoin's chart looked on the RSI and since literally back here in September of 2024. Look at this, dude. Last time we started coming back out of a low here was September of 2024 on the weekly. We're looking good. Don't let anyone else try to knock you down, dude. Things are looking pretty damn good, right? And you got to realize that all altcoins usually run after Bitcoin's run. You know what I mean? We can go back and look. Last time, Bitcoin hit, let's just go back here, right? Bitcoin hit its high here in December 16th. Let's go XRP. When did XRP hit its high? January 13th. So literally 15 days after, no, 30 days after Bitcoin hit its high, alts hit their highs. So you got to realize alts usually lag to Bitcoin. Bitcoin hits it high, money flows from Bitcoin into altcoins go up, then exit liquid, then everything else is exit. So just realize that, okay? That's why I tell my wife, you look as white as sand dollar. She's like Irish or something. Oh, really? Yeah. Dude, I am pretty damn white, bro. I get in the summertime, I actually get a pretty good like color in my face, and my arms, and I'm definitely like a redneck. People can say I'm a redneck, but like my neck gets red. Hell yeah. But overall, as soon as I get a tan, I usually tan up pretty good. Yeah, if he fights Bud, yeah, the Bud fight, the Crawford fight's gonna be nuts. Remember when the markets are 100% Marty. There were so many people in here. I know. That's what I said. You could tell the markets are flat. Markets are a little down, but there's 414 people in here watching right now. And usually when the markets start to run, that's called melanoma. But when the markets start to run, we'll have probably 1,000 people back in here. And it's usually how it goes. I feel like only 5 alts actually ran. Half my alts didn't really move. Really? What alts were you in, Adam? What alts were you in so I don't enter into those alts? Just kidding. That's funny. I burn like crazy in the sun. Me too. I usually burn and then I'll tan. I tan red though, so I tell fan that all the time. I'm like, dude, I tan red. Yeah, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys. The real one's gonna be here. 100% Brodick. The true A team in the house. You know what I'm saying? And I'll remember all the true A teamers. What's up, guys? Getting here late. You're good, Evan. What's up, man? Yeah, red is still a color. 100% moist, Mike. I tell everyone I tan red. Only my legs, dude. Only my legs. Chemo day. Are you doing chemo right now, bro? Evan Rogers? Man, that is tough, dude. Back from the gym now, riding my bike. 30 burgers now, having a lamb Katie roll. Lamb Katie roll for protein. Lamb? You're eating lamb? Interesting. Yeah, it sucks. Only 49. Damn, bro. Well, are you in? Hopefully it helps and you're in recession, dude. That'd be nice, Well, I'm here for you, bro. Dang. What form is it? Can I, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know. That's too much. What form of cancer? You smashed a Wendy's burger. Gosh, dang. Fan made like little sliders yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. She made like these little sliders. Dude, they're so fire. Oh, dang, dude. I'm so sorry. I mean, that's tough, dude. How Austin's legs are like sticks, I'm sure. I got some dude, I got some thick at my legs are stacked, bro. That's one thing I'm not lacking in is leg muscle. I don't always get to comment because I'm at work, but I always like to listen. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, definitely, Meredith. I'm with you, Meredith. Yeah, definitely thinking about you, man. I did not know that. Damn. 550 calories? Gosh, dang. That's not that bad. You did legs today? That's good, dude. Women love the thick legs. Where's the coffee? Right here, bro. Mm. ZBCN. Dude, you guys are all over the Z-back thing, dude. Granny loves the thick legs. That's a one or over, dude. Fan loves my legs. Yes. And my feet. Just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, I said a prayer for everyone. I said a prayer for everyone that cancer is rough, bro. We had a good friend. Her name was Space Chick. In the space, dude, and she ended up passing away this last summer, dude. I was in Disneyland when it happened. Wadi called me and said that she was had to go. She was had cancer, and yeah, dude, it was fast, super fast, dude. It was like 2 weeks later, she was gone. Yeah, Space Chick. Yeah, pretty sad about that still. Yeah, and then we had another one of our friends, Linda. She had I can't remember the cancer. Was it breast cancer? Yeah. But yeah, my thoughts go out to anyone. I mean, it's such a tough. Man, it's tough. But then the good thing is I've had a couple friends that have had some cancers and they've made it through really really nicely. So they're doing really well. So dude, it's all hit and miss for sure, dude. She did chemo. She went through chemo. She went through a couple phases of chemo and did really well. So I'm usually here, but can't comment often. All right, next page. Good to see you. Yeah, the age is getting younger. Get checked. Yeah, Evan. Yeah, there's a lot of I don't even know how what do you do? It's like go in and like they take your blood results. I don't even know how you get checked for cancer. How do you get checked for cancer? I don't know how you get checked. Like how do you go about it? Like you just go in and say, like, hey, can I get like blood drawn or do I test it with blood or like do you have like symptoms? Not sure why, but when I was born, the nurse told my parents I was born with 3 legs. Stupid. I feel your trooper, but just don't tell us because you might be undercover or something. But yes, Puerto Ricans shine all over. You guys are crazy. All righty, team. Got to get back to work. All right, bro. Appreciate you being here, DP. Take a sample of whatever growth you have. Oh, is that how it is? Well, it ain't a YouTube chatter channel. Well, we've gone off the rails a little bit. Early detection. Eat natural, grow your own. Yeah, Ripple just announced suspending quarterly reports on more transparency. Did they really just announce that? That's pretty crazy. Did Ripple actually just announce that? That's pretty wild. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that report come out from Ripple. I've heard it's rough. There's also skin cancer. They cut it off and look. Okay. Ripple just announced suspending court. That's crazy. I didn't know that they did that. Yeah. I didn't know they. I'm trying to find that. I don't see where they actually made that announcement. I don't know where they made that announcement at. SEC filings hit record mention of cryptocurrency and stablecoins. That's pretty badass. Dang, dude. Trump announced an offer from India to eliminate all tariffs on U.S. trade goods. That's pretty good. The index. Oh, this is good right here. Let me get this over here real quick. It's pretty good right here. So it says leading indicators suggest inflation is set to rebound. It said the index of prices paid by New York manufacturers jumped to 51 points in April, the highest since August of 2022. At the same time, the Philadelphia manufacturing prices paid index rose to 51 points, the highest since July of 2022. All while the Dallas and Kansas manufacturing prices paid surged to 48 and 42, the highest since September 22. The data suggests that the inflation is likely to rebound over the next 6 months. This comes as more companies. Oh man, so they're saying that we're going to have some higher inflations coming up here. This comes as more companies say they plan to pass costs increase onto consumers. According to so this is where rate cuts need to. I mean, in all reality, a rate cut needs to happen because that's going to help control inflation. But some people think that that's the other way around too. So I guess it's probably an ebb and flow. That's pretty wild to see. Damn. It's come up pretty good. To be honest, I don't know if I have. Yeah. Dang, dude. Watching a crypto announcement and they started talking about AI. Gabriel, that was the White House, bro. That was the White House. That was Melania's thing, dude. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It's true. I just read it. Actually, it's not become more transparent. It's like actually become more. Oh, gotcha. VIP money talk. I'll have to find that. Yeah. Gotcha, Lisa. Okay. Hmm. Good news, bad news. We need bad news with good new prices. That'd be good, right? Good prices coming in. That's what we need. That's what we need. Good prices. But overall, yeah, the markets. In all reality, I don't think that we're going to have a rate cut tomorrow. That's just my personal opinion. I think rate cuts are going to be kind of. I think they're going to be. I think it's going to be flat tomorrow, dude. I don't see the markets. Obviously, anytime Jerome Powell speaks, anytime he goes up there, we seem to have an up and downward trend. So it's not. When he speaks, it's going to be pretty rough. What do you think about WorldCoin? Was looking at it. Yeah, WorldCoin. I mean, it's Trump's coin. So XRP will dip. It could. I'm not leveraging anything Crunch concert. I'll be honest with you, dude. Thanks so much for the $2 super chat. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy anything with leverage. It's just too unpredictable at this moment. Lower rates better for the masses that work in fiat. Rate hikes better for those in assets as people run to safety. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point, actually. RPM. Well, I mean, a lot of us want rate cuts. That's just what it comes down to. We want rate cuts. You'd say June. Okay. Yeah. But all right, guys, I got to jump off. I got to go get my haircut. I got to go get my haircut done and my beard trimmed today. So I got to hurry up and get out the door for that. So I got to cut it short today to get there. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I hope everyone, gets prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a really big day for crypto. Be a really big day for just the markets. It'll be very interesting to sort of see what happens. I don't think anyone's can predict. The only people that actually probably know how tomorrow's going to be performed is probably the Feds. It's probably the only people that know the most. So, yeah, with all that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And like I always say, appreciate you guys a ton. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And with all that, we're out. Peace out, everyone.